In this video, we'll take a look at 10 HTML tags every developer should know. These tags are not covered in most programming tutorials, but they are useful enough to simplify your workflow, enhance your projects, and make you look like a pro. We'll be going into why these are so useful, how you can use them, and we'll be ranking them from least to most useful. So stick with me to the end of the video. Let's get started. Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe, and leave a random comment down below. The first tag we'll look at is the summary tag. This allows you to create drop-downs with only HTML without JavaScript. Using it is very simple. Just go into your HTML file and open a details tag. Within it, you are going to have a summary tag for the heading and a p tag for the content of the drop-down. Once you are done, click on save and boom, a drop-down without JavaScript. Pretty cool, right? Next, we have the meter and progress tags. The meter tag allows you to represent scalar measurements within a known range. For example, you can represent disk storage space in HTML like this. Start with a label. After that, open a meter tag. Then specify the ID and provide the minimum, current value, and the maximum. If you specify the low, high, and optimum value, the color of the meter will change depending on what the value of the meter currently is. This tag is perfect for displaying quantitative measurements within a known range, things like battery percentage, quiz scores, and task completion percentages. The progress tag, on the other hand, represents the progress of a task, like file downloads. It's very similar to use, but this time we'll open a progress tag instead. From there, we specify the maximum and the current value. With a little JavaScript, you can make the progress bar move with your download percentage or any other dynamic value you have access to in your script tag. Next is the dialog tag. This tag allows you to create native dialog boxes or models without relying on JavaScript libraries. Here's how it works. Open a dialog tag in your HTML file and add the content you want inside the model, like a simple message and a close button. To make it pop, you can use a little JavaScript, something like this. And just like that, your model is working. Moving to the mark tag. This tag is super useful for highlighting text. Think of it like a highlighter pen in your browser. All you have to do is wrap the text you wish to emphasize in mark tags, and this text will show up in yellow like this. This is perfect for search results or drawing attention to a specific part of your content. Next up, we have the abbreviation tag. This one helps you define abbreviations and acronyms. When users hover over the abbreviated text, they will see the full meaning of the text. For example, as you see here, when the user hovers over HTML, they will see Hypertext Markup Language. This is super useful for improving accessibility and user experience. Next, let's talk about the time tag. This tag is designed to help you represent dates and time, making them machine readable. It's great for events, blog posts, or anything else that requires a date. You can write something like this. This will show 7 PM, but this tells search engines and browsers exactly what time and date you are referring to. The next one is the keyboard tag, and this is used to display keyboard inputs and it styles them to look like keys. For example, you can represent the copy like this. This is perfect for tech tutorials or documentation that includes keyboard shortcuts. Now on to the sample tag. This tag is great for showing sample output of a program or a system. For example, I'd represent a system error like this. This makes it clear that this text is a system-generated message, not just text on a website. Next, we have the Ruby tag. This is very helpful if you are writing Asian typography. It adds the pronunciation guides above the text and next to the characters. To use it, you write something like this. The smaller text shows you the pronunciation for the kanji characters. Next, we have the template tag. This tag holds HTML that won't render on the initial page load, but will render only when it is activated. This one's perfect for dynamically adding elements like models, cards, lists without cluttering the initial DOM. To use it, simply open a template tag with an ID of card template. Within it, you are going to put in the content of the card. From there, you are going to add a button with an ID of add card and a div to contain the content that will be rendered. In our HTML script, you are going to initialize the template, the container, and the button. Next, you are going to add an event listener to the button. The event we're listening for is click, and when this button is clicked, we are going to make the content of the template visible. When you're done, save and reload the page. The content of the page will stay hidden by default, but when the button is clicked, it will clone the template and add it to the page. This is very useful for dynamic UIs and it is barely covered in most tutorials. And finally, the picture tag. This tag allows you to save different image formats and sizes based on the user's device or browser. Here's how you use it. This ensures that your users get the most optimized image for their setup. And that was 10 HTML tags every developer should know. If you know any more cool HTML tags, drop them in the comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button so you don't miss the next web development tutorial. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.